I was very happy to meet with Wrayanne, who told me about life with her daughter Morgan. Morgan is 21 years old and has Lennox-Gastaut syndrome.
It's classified by having different brainwave types, multiple seizure types, and developmental and cognitive impairment.
Wrayanne noticed problems with Morgan shortly after birth.
She was a little behind with milestones, but I was a first-time mom, so I didn't think much of that. And then we started noticing just crying spells that she was inconsolable, and this interesting eye rolling motion that she would do. And I just knew. I said, something's not right here. And so I called the doctor, and her doctor, without telling me, already knew. But she immediately referred us for an EEG to the neurologist, and it was on from there.
Due to a lack of the internet at the time, Wrayanne couldn't look up information about Morgan's diagnosis.
At that point, I thought she was just going to take some medication and be fine. That's kind of what I was led to believe by the neurologist, and obviously that was not the case. So as a young parent, I was very scared. I was scared of the medication. I was scared of the seizures, and it was an extremely stressful time.
Early on, Wrayanne experienced a great deal of stress.
In the beginning, the challenges as a young parent were being in public and people wondering and people looking and not asking, and that was very unsettling to me. It made me angry. I am not angry about that anymore. When people look at her, I understand. But as a young parent, that was very hard. Not making milestones when she was very young was very hard. She didn't walk until she was 2. And I was stressed, always stressing about the milestones, measuring her head, is her brain growing? Just so many stressful things, making sure she's safe, that she's cared for, that she's fed, all of those things was very stressful. As she got older, challenges became more so, it's hard to travel. So it's hard to take a vacation because she only has slept in a certain bed. She's never been on an airplane. How do we deal with the medications? What if we need to see a doctor? So it almost prevented me from wanting to travel with her. It was just too much. I'd rather just take a day trip here and a day trip there, and that's basically what we've done. Fortunately, we're at a place now that we have a good support system here with friends and caregivers that we can get away and she can stay home and be comfortable and cared for.
Wrayanne tells us about her family's reaction to Morgan's diagnosis. They were very confused. They didn't understand.
In the beginning, just like me, they thought, okay, we're going to give her some medication and she's going to be fine. She's going to outgrow it. People outgrow seizures. And again, because we didn't have much information to go by on the internet, that's just kind of what we thought too. But as time went along, we realized this is not the case, and she was becoming more and more cognitively impaired or not progressing. And so the family would say, well, is she ever going to talk? That's the biggest question I got. Do you think she's ever going to talk? And as many times as I tried to explain to them, probably not. They couldn't understand. And so that became a little bit stressful.
Wrayanne's long-term plan for Morgan is to live with her.
I cannot fathom someone else caring for her the way I do. And so as long as I can manage it, I will. And I've even started at this late age taking much better care of myself so that my longevity will be there. I'm gonna have to lift her and just be there for her and feed her and all of those things that she's gonna need. Many kids with these seizure disorders have underlying issues, other health concerns. Morgan has none. She's healthy. She rarely gets a cold. So her prognosis could be normal. She could live many, many, many years. We just don't know. Seizure could take her today.
Wrayanne says it is common among parents like her that she hopes her child dies before she does.
Especially if you're up in years. If it happened today, yes, I have some things, but when you're older, and she's older, I have a son, he's 10, but and I don't want to put the burden on him, because to me it's not a burden, but I wouldn't expect him to have to step into that role.
Her son doesn't think much about his sister's differences. To him, it is normal.
When he was little, it was cute if we were at his football game or soccer game and a friend was around, he'd say, "This is my sister, she's special." So he's very compassionate towards her, but when it comes to their relationship, it's normal. It's his big sister. He just, doesn't want to really be bothered with her. However, if I need his help, he's getting to a point where he's a giant child, where he's big enough and wise enough that he can sit with her for a few minutes if I need to take care of something. So that's been really nice. I wish you could meet her. I should have had her here. She is bubbly and smiley and sweet, and she loves her people. If she loves you, you know it. With most special needs people, I find the love is never where they're lacking. They can certainly show that, and they can certainly feel that without verbal communication. And she is just the epitome of it. I mean, she walks in a room and you can just feel her sweet energy, and wherever she is, people fall in love with her.
Some advice Wrayanne would give to parents is be patient.
Don't set unrealistic expectations. Having expectations is great. You have to in order for your child to meet any kind of milestone, but just let them be happy. My goal for Morgan has always been a quality of life, because I was realistic in knowing that there are going to be substantial limitations. So as long as she's healthy and happy, the rest is wonderful. But those two things have to be. When it comes to the medical professionals, you have to be strong because they are medical minded. They are not in love with this being like you are. So they want to treat that disorder. They want to treat it, they want to cure it, they want to stop it. And I had a doctor tell me, I can stop her seizures completely, but she'll be a zombie. So you have to find the line that works for yourself and your family and your child. And it's different for everyone. And so a good amount of advice, fortunately today, is reach out on social media to those same diagnosed groups. And you will find that you do get the support, you get different amounts of advice, but every single child, person, and family is different in how they need to handle what's going on.
Help us make more Orange Socks videos by clicking below to subscribe. And make sure you hit the bell so you never miss an Orange Socks video. You can also find more of our videos here. Thanks for watching.